Okay, and we are live. Hi, everybody. Hopefully the stream will catch up in a moment. The settings section on YouTube are kind of borked right now, so if the stream cut off early last time, that's why it didn't end correctly. Anyways.
Howdy ho, neighborinos. I'm here, and I'm going to do the next part of this.
Hold on. Are we actually live right now?
It's live on my end.
Okay, there we go. I was trying to make sure the chat pulled up on my side.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do the scout the ruined machinery.
Yeah, okay, there was the problem. YouTube Studios being stupid.
So anyways...
Anything else? No? Alright then.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah, they can see us.
Good. Mister, is there anything that better than a grappling hook?
2 grappling hooks, so you can turn it to a zip line.
Yes.
Cat? Another cat?
That would be nice. Someday.
Alas, they keep forgetting about Angela.
I love the joke that comes like, I actually make a joke about that later.
But make sure you speak up, Sean. And you also, get that earbud out of your ear.
Okay, fine.
The dingoes hit my baby.
DJ Toku in response to anything better than zipline. A jetpack? Yes, but a jetpack is cheating.
No, it's not. How is it cheating?
Because then you get to fly and you don't need the zipline.
But what if you use a jetpack to get to a higher elevation, then you deactivate the jetpack, grappling hook, and then zip over?
Well, then again, there was that time Gintaro was trying to grab onto that spaceship that was taking off in the movie, and he had to use the winch, Astro Switch, because the rocket switch wasn't strong enough.
Exactly.
Honestly, ziplining stinks anyway. I mean, we've all seen that South Park episode.
With the weird live-action segments.
Yes. Which was apparently based on an actual show that did reenactments.
Which in and of itself was weird.
Yes. Woohoo! Whee!
Oh, so, before the stream started, I was talking Sonic the Hedgehog with, Des, and I'm like, I'm covering Arrow's Sonic the Hedgehog where we got a trailer with Shadow getting, like, Venom wings, and people are collectively going, that is the most awesome thing ever.
Well, Shadow the Hedgehog is only the second most popular character in the whole canon. That is the one bit of Sonic Boom, the animated series, that I like. I hate how Shadow is depicted in that series, but I like the acknowledgement of, yes, Shadow is just that damn popular.
I hated that show mostly because I hated how Knuckles was portrayed. Or at least the game. I'm not sure if his character...
He's gullible, he's not a meathead.
Yeah, because the game makes him into a complete idiot. Sonic Boom, I should say.
Also, like, I hope with the live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movie, since we're dealing with Shadow, I just hope we get an Aoi cameo.
That would be hilarious. I doubt they'll do it because it's an American production, but I want her to voice someone in the Japanese dub.
Yeah.
Can thaw an ice block or freeze a body of water. Gadgetron will pay me millions.
Hey, I don't know how long you've been frozen, but I don't think Gadgetron's operated in this galaxy for years. Everyone buys Megacorp products these days.
Oh.
You poor pathetic shad sack.
Maybe you'd like to buy it.
I was frozen today!
Hey, maybe Megacorp is hiring.
Yeah, see there, buddy?
Terminator to thaw ice.
Golden Girls, so 2 quality of life things they introduced yesterday for Final Fantasy XIV is that you can filter out non-quest important NPCs and players, and they finally gave us purely wing mounts. Nice, because remember it being a thing in Final Fantasy XIV that most mounts are ground-based, but have a flight mode to them.
Yep.
Whereas World of Warcraft has purely flying mounts. Like, you can purchase straight-up birds that'll always fly.
Neat. I like how that scientist guy was just like, well, maybe I could do. Like, he was optimistic, you know. Gadgetron is not here, but hey, you could try something else.
Hey,
And he was obviously here when the company was being important in the galaxy.
Yep.
I mean, probably his wife and kids left him. He's destitute. Like, he has no savings. I mean,
He was a scientist. He didn't have a family.
That's true.
And unfortunately, he was played by Sylvester Stallone.
I get it.
Demolition Man?
Demolition Man.
Yes. Who could have forgotten the great fast food wars?
And that joke also works because Sylvester Stallone played one of the robots in the movie. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Sonic and Shadow Generation simply because I am one of those people that say he's the second most popular character in the whole canon. Then, as I went over in my review of the game, Sonic Adventure 2 is my favorite Sonic game.
Where are we going next?
Oh, dang it! I was just checking to see if there were any more missions that I missed.
Hop out of ship, pop back. We now return to Randy Newman Radio.
Step back in the ship.
Golden Girl, apparently trying to get some really weird and exclusive mounts like a freaking umbrella. So they're Mary Poppins
Y'all?
Yeah, they're Mary Poppins, y'all-ing it.
Popsins uses yeah. I love Mary Popsins.
Thompsons.
It's like, it's hard to singular Mary Poppins.
Oh, HJ Fies. The shells behind you do, Death, and did I just never notice? No, you see, the shells have always been there.
Yeah, I finished putting those up a couple days ago. I moved most of my media library out of my set room simply because I kept having issues getting at all of it. Basically, all that's left in the room with that I use as a set is my dock hack shelf, my existing model kit displays, and all my anime. Because it would actually take another one of those to fit all of my anime on it, and it would still require a separate Gundam shelf.
Use a boost, get through.
Good job, Peppy.
Do a barrel roll!
Do a barrel roll! Oh, they're attacking me!
Does the barrel roll actually reflect laser blast in this?
I don't know. I think it's just a dodge maneuver.
Because I like that in the Star Fox games, how they could turn the shield into like a reflector just by spinning.
You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby. You got Veritanium. Wait, is this the game with the Yetis?
Yes, this is supposed to be the game with the Yetis.
Oh, John's got to visit the Yeti planet.
Those? Oh, Yetis!
Here, Crystal, how come in some redubs of anime they have a problem properly saying people's names? I don't know. I'm almost dead certain it's a directorial issue. Because if you listen to the Japanese version of Gundam Seed and the original dub, it's Lacus Climb. It's a soft L, and then in the 80V redub of Gundam Seed, it's suddenly Rackus. Or they emphasize the C as a K, Raccoose, which is wrong. Yeah, you didn't remember that?
No, they say Lacus.
Yeah.
Lacus. And
I never saw. Well, did we watch the 80?
We watched Yeah, we watched the New York AV dub of Gundam Seed when we watched it.
Oh.
Now, in fairness to the actors, like, I think they're all good. It's just when they mispronounce those names, it's weird and jarring. Like they just sound wrong.
It's the wrong tense emphasis.
But the one I won't forgive is Mario. Like it's Maru. Like, how would
there's no A there.
So yeah, where's the A coming from?
Maru.
Maru Ramius, the captain of the Dark Angel.
The hot, sexy captain.
Yes,
One voiced by Sailor Moon.
Yep.
With her huge
Tracks of land.
I was gonna say longer cannons, but yeah.
Because, like, and that's not the only example. There have been other redubs that have had odd vocal tics and tenses, but it's just strange because you have the original series, you have the Japanese original dubs, and you have the original dubs to act as a foundational basis to know what to do. Crystal, that was named for the Sailor Moon redub by Viz. Yeah, that's another weird one. Though, in that case, it's like, didn't they go back to using the original names and not the dub names on that redub?
I believe so.
Yeah, so in that case, it was, a lot of those names were not used before. Granted, they would have been used in other stuff, Rei, Minako, Ami, or Amy, goes both ways. And Usagi have been names for characters in other materials, so I don't know how they'd be getting those wrong. So, again, it might just be a director thing. Hey, Bristol, do you have any issues or problems with Afterwork on the Mechs? Only that the director for the series says that every time they criticize new type stuff, which they should be doing, they made it so that it should be synonymous with saying Gundam. And I disagree with that a lot, because the Gundam obsession is just the storytelling, not so much, them as an all-powerful weapon. The issue with the storytelling there was, like, it's better if it's just criticizing new types, because new types have more and more become to be recognized as a significant storytelling and narrative problem with the franchise overall. It's like, I find it's an opinion that just didn't age well, and otherwise, if you ignore that bit, the series is perfect in criticizing UC Gundam. Or, I shouldn't say criticizing, it's critiques of UC Gundam, but every AU timeline series, except for Age, manages to sneak in a critique of UC Gundam into it.
Like, man, they're on your ass. Like, how did
Kurt Crystal, was it true that Gundam X got its episode count shortened from 52 to 39? Yeah, it had a network and time slot change and a TV network side producer change. The new producer for TV Asahi that worked on Afterwork Gundam X after that change is the same fucking asshole on TV Asashi's side that ended up helping screw over Kamen Rider Hibiki. And, like, the guy's never done good work, so that's not surprising. I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head.
We looked when we went through Gundam X, we looked it up, and we were just kind of amazed by, like, how many times Gundam X got flipped around in the time slot.
Yeah, it's like, Gundam's G, Wing, and X are good. That's the long and short of it. But it was not acknowledged that they were good because in the 90s, there were two types of Gundam fans. The Gundam fans who were sick of UC Gundam and the UC Gundam purists. So, no one was going to watch AU Timeline Gundam series because they weren't, being acknowledged in the popular consciousness that they were distaffed from Universal Century. Wing got the most attention on it because it exploited the teenage boy band effect for its main characters. So, it was more popular with women than it was any other demographic at that point just because it started a bunch of cute guys. Which, you know what? Fair. Wing is popular for other reasons too.
And
Now,
it's also kind of reflective of like how the original Gundam was, because while the original Gundam series was viewed by boys, it's been put on record that a lot of women watch the show because they like the whole dynamic of the light-based crew and stuff.
yeah, it's just that it's been overemphasized how big the women demographic is. Not to say that there isn't one or it wasn't huge, but it's like it's Tomino rewriting history to say that we wrote it more for women and for women to watch it over it being a toy commercial, and yet it got canceled because Tomino didn't play nice with the sponsors, and then it only was recognized how big of a cultural impact it had when it finally had model kits released for it, because everybody bought the model kits.
And the soundtrack.
So, and like, those kind of merchandising are more male-focused, admittedly, but men and women bought them. And it showed that, no, it wasn't just who they said was watching it, it was beyond that as well. So it really became a for everyone, not just for boys, but women became a large demographic of it. No, it was a lot more than that. Care of Death also question, why was X and Tournay never brought over here? Collapse of Bandai of America. If that's the official reason, alongside Double Zeta, those three got screwed over simply because Bandai Entertainment in the late 2000s just could not survive. They made a bunch of mistakes, and when the company shut down in 2011, 2012, Tournay had been licensed. So it was coming. They were in the process of dumping it, purportedly. But then the shutdown happened. And it got lost until Nozomi and Right Stuff got the rights to them in, like, 2015, 2016, because Sunrise itself had been doing poorly. Because of that same, like...
Why did you do that, John?
I don't know!
Because of that same 2014, 2015 period of G-Reco stuff. Granted, I could be off a bit on the details, but that's what I was finding when I was looking all this up.
Oh, what's that?
You have found a nanotech boost. Nanotech boosts instantly increase your maximum nanotech capacity.
Oh,
Nice.
Black Century King, I'm still surprised that Gundam hasn't done a Sentai/Kamen Rider/Iron Man type of show or manga. I mean, it technically has. It's called G Gundam.
There.
There will never be a character that had as much swag as Master Asia.
Justin Simone, with Wing being talked about, what Duel Monsters decks do you think the main cast would have? I can totally see Milliarda being a Blue Eyes player and Duo making Red Eyes and Resonators. I kind of see Duo as more of a zombie player. You know, stick with that Green Reaper motive.
Yeah.
I'd see him playing Skull Servants.
Oh, that's a good question from Pure Crystal. Oh wait, actually, Terror of Death has some good news. Good news, everyone!
I'm a horse's butt. I am. That's not good news at all. So what's the good news?
Not sure, but Terror of Death will, like,
Okay, this is one of those serendipitous things, because I thought Hikaru Midorikawa, Hiroyui's actor, played someone in Yu-Gi-Oh! They actually did.
Who?
They played the Toei dub version of Seto Kaiba.
Really? That is weird.
That is fun. Oh, Terra Dennis can be able to start home replacement therapy soon. Congratulations!
Hell yeah!
Nice.
Congrats! Congrats, person.
Yeah, we don't know your gender, so we don't know which way you're going.
Where you're going, congrats!
Hope you are happy.
Yeah, this is a trans-positive space. Obviously, because Alexis is here.
Yeah! And if it wasn't, I would be eating them right now.
Yep.
Then I would get indigestion because I ate something bad.
HA5, Screw the Rules, Green Hair Kaiba? Yes, Screw the Rules, Green Hair Kaiba is voiced by Hikaru Midorikawa, aka Hiro Yui.
So wait, the guy who has the green in his name voiced a green-haired character?
No. Oh, Black Century King's idea with the Henshin Hero Gundam is closer to SD Gundam. And yeah, I kind of think they've done that kind of thing with SD Gundam G Generations Force. Not G Generations Force, SD Gundam Force. And G Generations Force is different.
Oh, Trans-Fem.
Yeah.
Terror Death is Trans-Fem. Way to go, girl! Get that estrogen boiling in your brain.
Wiz of Wonders, you know what? Boom Booger has baffled me why Hasbro hasn't made a Transformer themed Power Ranger series before they get up on Power Rangers. Well, their Power Rangers under them did badly because the guy who actually cared about and thought they could do something great with Power Rangers in comparison to Bandai America, that guy died. And so it was shoved off to people who didn't understand the appeal, or, as is the case of showrunner Simon Bennett, he was laughing at it. He did not see the appeal in any way, shape, or form of the source material. He thought it was stupid, and thus made terrible series because he didn't understand the core appeal of what the show, was what was good about it. And of course, you know, he was also saddled with terrible writers.
Before we go answer any of the questions, here Crystal was asking, do you think the 8th MS Team OVA series still holds up?
Yes.
I'd say so.
It's been a few years since we watched it, but because it was like 20-ish years out from when it first debuted, I'd say yes. Now, War of the Pocket, I've never been as much of a fan. Mainly because I don't like the perspective it's being told at. Not necessarily the entire war creates pointless death, because wars happen for a reason, and I kind of hate that about the Gundam series in general, that it says war is a pointless thing. No, war is what happens when irreconcilable differences happen between two given sides. One is always going to be the aggressor. Sometimes it is on both sides' fault, but when one side will not stop, there's nothing else that you can do but fight back.
You are gonna die. Will you accept the charges?
You are gonna die.
I'll take that as a yes. Thank you.
You idiot.
Uh-oh.
I'm paying top dollar for your protection, and your moron employees are off at some picnic.
Hey, that was a bonding exercise.
It's in their contracts!
I'm at the pickup right now. If your men aren't here pronto, you can kiss this contract goodbye.
Oh yeah?
He's trying to be a good boss, but no, their clients have to be jerks.
You know what I mean. Dang it.
Did you trace that? Coordinates locked in. We are headed there now.
It's like, you kind of hate that he's an obstacle, and not just because he's voiced by Steve Blue.
No, but I'm really happy for you, Terror of Death. Have you picked out it, like, what's your, are you just gonna keep going by Terror, or, like, you know, like, what are you gonna go by?
Actually, funny story. There is a artist I followed a while that liked to draw Rule 63 Haseo a lot, so that still fits.
What's that?
I don't follow them anymore simply because like my feed was getting too crowded with stuff.
The legend, the loser. Captain Quark, once the idol of everyone in the galaxy, has finally hit rock bottom. After his humiliation at the hands of Ratchet and Clank, Quark sold bogus merchandise he claimed were Gadgetron products. But a key defect in this product, the personal hygienator, caused severe irritation in sensitive body areas and alerted authorities to Quark's scam. Behind the Hero will return after these messages.
Oh, they're gonna go by
That
Emily.
explains a lot.
Oh,
Yes,
hi, Emily.
I suppose it. All this
Question, what do you think of the Moon Gundam manga? I have not read the Moon Gundam manga.
Anyway,
I have the Moon Gundam High Grade, I really like that design.
Yeah, the Moon Gundam slaps.
Moon Gundam moons the moon.
like, it's like, how should I put this? We have our critiques of the UC timeline. That's not to say that
all the content of it is bad. No.
We always see.
Oh, and DJ Toku finally saw Sea Freedom.
Yay!
And they really liked it, and so glad to see shit in a better place.
Emotionally, it's like the fact that they make him like that's okay. I am going to be throughout the Persona 5 reviews. I'm going to be critiquing the butt monkey status of Ryuji Sakamoto throughout it because they really do go too far with that. Shin in Seed Freedom is the proper way to do that. You show him, you get him allowed to be a badass, but you show that he's kind of struggling to find where he is now. So it's like, of course he's gonna make mistakes and deal with how he's kind of a doofus when he's not in rage mode. And also Luna Mario just being the top in that relationship.
Yeah, she is such the top. It is, like, amazing how you can clearly see who's it, like... I love that moment where she was trying to be the whole "put your hands up, pretty lady," and then Luna Mario just no. It's just
yeah. Here, Chris, do you think Discotech Media might do Mike Guine next, since both fan subs were never released and Gal Gaigar / Gal Gaigar finally sold very well? This is the first I've heard that Gal Gaigar sold well through Discotech. That is amazing and great to hear, especially because Media Blasters passed on it because they thought it wouldn't sell. Joke's on them on this case. Like, I prefer the Media Blasters fan subs, or not fan subs, Media Blasters official subs over the Discotech ones because there are ironically fewer mistakes. But, yeah, like, they missed out on that golden opportunity, so Discotech will take advantage. And apparently Discotech has a lot of stuff that they haven't got, that they've licensed and are in the process of getting done, but because, you know, they like to do due diligence stuff and they're a small team, it's like, it's sitting on their desks waiting to go. Apparently more Tokusatsu stuff is like that too. The tease they have on it, because obviously they can't confirm anything because NDA, is we might be getting more Kamen Rider, Space Sheriff, and possibly a Super Sentai series from them.
Hope something good, and I hope it is Mike Guine. I really like the designs of Mike Guine.
And I also want to correct Kira Chris on the fan subs thing for Mike Guine. Complete fan subs of Mike Guine do exist. The problem is they suck.
Those aren't fan subs, those are Hong Kong subs from
no, there's another one I saw.
Oh, because I know there's a one that was trying to retranslate it, but they were incomplete. But if there's a third one on top of that, then I hadn't seen those.
Yeah, but the point is, like, Mike Guine hasn't received truly proper subs.
Complete subs.
Complete subs. So, and that show is also, like, there's not really good quality rips for it, so we need to see those transforming train boys in, you know, like, proper crisp action.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about Mecha from H85s? Did you guys hear about Mecha Break? It's a mecha game revealed recently during Games Fest, and it's not Gundam related, but most of the mechs look real Gundam-ish. Okay, when was Games Fest? Because I completely missed basically everything.
It was one of those days when you were out doing truck stuff.
Okay. And then it just never showed up in my feed then.
Yeah. But it's another mecha game, so... And DJ Toku is asking, what's your favorite Transforming Gundam? They're just the savior.
I mean, I love the transforming armor system on the Unicorn, but if you're talking, like, vehicle mode, it's gonna be a Seedback, obviously. I'm partial to the Chaos Gaia Abyss trio. In fact, I still need to get a high-grade Abyss Gundam. That one was, like, impossible to find for a long time, and so I just kind of gave up on it. Yeah, I just like I think Gaia Gundam is right up there for that.
For me, personally, it's actually the Double Zeta.
I can see that.
Like, let me explain.
No, I have no critique with that.
Yeah, it's like...
Its G-Fortress mode is actually really good.
Yeah, its G-Fortress mode is like a beast, and when it transforms, it's still a fucking monster.
It's just like, it's that over-design problem that a lot of that era of UC Gundam mechs had, where they're designing them so they explicitly can't be a toy, and then they become so popular that they keep just trying to design them as proper toys slash model kits, and they never turn out well.
So, like, what, out of the Gundams you've seen, John, what's your favorite transforming one?
I wanted to joke and say Victory Gundam, but no.
If you said Victory Gundam, I would have had to disown you.
I know. I don't like Victory Gundam. Fair. I honestly don't know. I don't know what I would say my favorite Gundam. Would Double O count?
Double O doesn't technically transform; it combines. If you're talking about Kyrios, Arios, Harut, like that's the transforming one of them.
Yeah, I think so.
The orange ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are also pretty solid ones.
DJ is also asking, sorry if you've gone over this, but what was your overall feeling on Seed Freedom?
I really liked it. I think it's the best movie version of a story for Gundam. Obviously, non-compilation movie, but I think it's the best movie Gundam has had made for it. I count Endless Worlds as an OVA series. That's different. It has the OVA series as movie cuts, but that's still not the same thing.
And Emily's saying, I really want Discotech to do Dagwan next.
I have always wanted to see Dagwan.
What is Dagwan?
Dagwan is the Brave series immediately before Gao Gaigar. It is the one thing about it I'll note is like it is obvious that they had a low budget for that series. Like obvious in its animation. Like it uses a lot of recycled and still shots for a lot of what it does, but I don't think it's bad for it. And it's another issue of that series never had completed fan subs, so I don't even really know the full story of it. But it's basically that range of mecha henshin hero where they put on a transforming suit, and it allows them to combine with the mecha so they can pilot it as their own bodies. Kind of like Transformers Master Force, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Made it. Emerald DC, saw part 2 of your Super Robot Wars X, and it made me sort of glad I skipped it and went to T after finishing V. Entries like Buddy Complex in that game makes me scratch my head on how it got in.
Every Mega series deserves to be in a Super Robot Wars game. I will keep to that. It's just not every Super Robot Wars game story allows them to do any mecha with it. Like how I keep saying that they need to stop doing Universal Century Gundam at every entry because they don't fit with the overall story they're trying to tell with them. Or they just crowd out the other more essential stuff that they do focus on. Or should have focused on. HF5CDS, what's the name of the mech in the thumbnail part 4 of your SRWV review? I'm pretty sure that's the Black Selena.
Ship that needs
Black with a bit of pink. I'm pretty sure that's the Black Selena.
At Slim Cognitos, your secret is safe with us. Whether it's weapons, shielding, or a new hyperspace module.
Let me double check. I can actually pull up my video list for my dashboard.
So next time
pretty
you're in the
quick.
market for some legally ambiguous refashion.
Okay, I'll have to concede a point with Emily here. They're saying, she's saying, now Alexis, the V1 Gundam sucks, but the V2 Gundam, especially with its complete weapons kit, slaps.
A quick visit to Slim's wouldn't cost us.
I'm not going to argue that.
No,
I actually like the V2 over the V1. And yes, I'm confirming that is the Black Selena from Martian successor Nadesico, the Prince of Darkness. They recently announced a Motoroid model kit of that from Good Smile Company. I have that on pre-order because I really like the Black Selena.
I love mechs where their whole thing is, I'm just gonna ram you.
I'm a ram you.
Yeah, I don't like Victory Gundam. I don't like Victory Gundam Mecha in general. I like the V2 Gundam.
Yeah. Like, I try to have a policy of, even if there is something I heavily dislike, I try to find something I can say was nice about it.
I got the Verka Master Grade of V2 with all the armor. It still sucks. It's like, it's one of those Master Grades that shows the strain and how bad the entire version Katoki sect of that line was and how much of it was a waste. and I'm glad that they finally fixed the Verkal problem with later releases. Care of Death question is, could Small a subsidiary of Bandai? They are not. They are their own independent company. They mainly do figures of anime characters and statues, but they recently, in the last couple of years, started to do more model kits.
Yeah, and actually as in like last year, not on top of doing mecha model kits, they're doing model kits on mecha characters. The two we have so far are of what's her name from Expelled from Paradise?
Angela Balzac?
Yeah, Angela.
I thought that was a act mode.
No, it's not an act mode. It's an actual model kit.
Huh.
They're from Media Line, I think that's how you pronounce it. And they're also doing Scryed.
Cosma.
Cosma, yeah.
I forgot about their Cosma figure. I have to order that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you might know them. They're better for their act mode line, where they did the Synthogear girls.
I still need to get Kirika, Shirabi, and Maria at some point. Like, literally, as those figures were coming out, that's when I got canned from my Amazon job. Like,
yeah.
I'm like...
It sucks. Casey, guys, I've never seen that anime, but I saw that model and I might get it because it looks cool. I did talk up Martian successor Nadesico when I reviewed Super Robot Wars V because it's part of that storyline. The only critique is just, like, it's credited more to the director than the writer on that, and directors are not writers, and that's why the actual Prince of Darkness movie is terrible, because the original writer did not come back for it.
Yeah. The movie was just...
Yeah.
It's like, the biggest problem I have, the biggest sin that movie created was just, it was a lot of padding. It was
padding
like
to an uninteresting payoff.
Had so much padding you could call it Paddington.
It was more padded than trying to think of character. A female protagonist anime protagonist who pads her bra.
DJ Toku also talking about Jureko made me remember something. If this is UC 1,000 years later, why is it not Deep Space with aliens? That is a missed opportunity. Yeah, because it's Tomino. And it's like, Tomino has lied about how spacey Universal Century Gundam has always been. Plus, to be fair to Tomino, he's done series with aliens in it before, technically. Like, I wasn't in Daitar 3 where the aliens were just Martian robots from...
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so it's like, he's done the aliens fake out before, he's not good with it.
And Ideon is technically them against aliens, so... Well, aliens, quote-unquote, but...
Live off clan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, he's done alien stuff, he's not particularly good with it.
And Wisdom Wonders is asking, how would a Gundam Super Robot series using that, using Trion 3 for Build Fighters Tri would fare? Like, imagine like if that one back had its own Super Robot series.
Honestly, I like the Build Fighter series to have their own part in a Super Robot Wars game. Like, the story engine for Build Divers Re-Rise is the perfect setup for them doing it that way. Plus, you know, fit that isekai, that proper isekai bubble for that. But, I could see them doing it as, like, a Getter Robo type of unit.
Yeah.
Where it would have, like, attacks where it would split into its component pieces and then recombine.
Yeah. And you just got eaten by fish.
Yes, I did.
I wish I didn't get eaten by that fish. Emerald DC, been going through the Super Robot Wars Reddit, and one discussion made me wonder, will Raider transition to the OVA version of the mechs in the next Robot Wars game, since they both have the anime in TN30? Because apparently, like, there is a Raider OVA, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's its own continuity. From what I looked up, it's not long. It really off the rails again from the original manga. And really, the issue with how they've done Rayearth is the half they did of Rayearth, it's what they could feasibly adapt, because T, they did the full story, 30, they did the back half of the story. And the only things they skipped around was just the stuff where the rare girls didn't have their mechs, which, again, had they been an X, I swear they would have been able to do the full story. Because then they would have had that portion where Hikaru and the other girls would have been around but not empowered, so they would have had that detour to finding their mechs in their long quest. And then they get empowered, and they have that pillar stuff happen mid-story, that then, you know, the Keeper stuff, it would screw with things. Because then they could fight in power and, you know, change the entire power dynamic and everything.
So where do we go from here?
I have to freeze this thing and unfreeze it now because
You have to get it to the right level.
Yep.
Then skate across the other side.
Yep. And I can't swim across because there are sharks in there.
Are they baby sharks?
No, they are not, and please do not invade.
Baby shark do do do.
Okay, that's it. Stream is done. I hate that song. I hate it.
Black Century King, and I thought the random robot aliens in the end of Dr. Stone was weird. I mean, how else are you gonna get a petrification weapon?
Yeah, I mean, like that petrification weapon had to come from somewhere.
Yeah. So, I was not a regular follower of Dr. Stone, but I don't have an issue with that plot twist.
Yeah.
Like, it's better than just saying that the petrification came about because of magic.
Which is completely at odds with the story, the whole theme of the story.
So it's like, the only feasible way was some division of the world invented this super science weapon and then lost control of it to turn everybody to stone, or aliens. It's really the only feasible way you could go about that.
Emily, I still want a sequel to the Gundam Build Fighters and Try that explains what is going on with Sakai and, Reiji. Oh yeah, let's just have a many years after OVA where they finally reunite and finally, you know, they finally hug and kiss and make up.
I mean, they could feasibly do something with all of the Builds series in, like, one big movie event for them all. I don't think they would, considering they decided to go the multiverse route with the most recent OVA for the Build series, but they could have done it that way. Like, just acknowledge continuity. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging continuity. You don't need to multiverse everything.
Right. Now get ready for our next project, which is Enter the Deathverse. That's right. There's alternate versions of all three of us where we're all evil.
I hate the Dark Universe stuff.
Oh, phew. Thank God I made it.
Perhaps these robots can assist us.
Excuse me? Have you seen any masked weirdos?
Point at you. They should be pointing at Ratchet.
Do the talking. A masked customer picked up an order not long ago. Recently, they received a new transmission from him, and they are willing to show it to us for a small price.
Oh, because of course we always gotta pay. I guess we have enough bolts for it.
Yeah. Now the computers are charging us?
Yeah, it's late stage capitalism, John. Deal with it.
Subscription fee.
This.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the truth of the experiment.
Oops. Better make that 5 containers and 4 containers of liquid hydrogen.
It's a nuisance.
Oops. Better add 6 crates of nitroglycerin. Look, just give me double that.
And I need it delivered!
Hey, what? What?
Oh, nothing. Just some robots.
Okay, funny guy. Let's just head to those coordinates.
Again, this will never not be funny because it's David K. voicing Clank. Yeah.
Imagine if David K. If like someone dubbed
Imagine him voicing all of this with his Megatron voice.
And doing that with the Megatron voice.
I swear that's something somebody at a TFCon has done.
Okay, we gotta explore the promenade.
Yep.
You know, run into Odo, make sure we don't get fleeced by Cork.
Okay, wait, is that an armor set in there?
No, it's the synthezoid
Make sure we don't get fleeced by Quark. That works.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got swindled by Quark, John. And
If someone actually got swindled by Quark in real life, it would be probably the most humiliating thing ever.
Like, obviously it's been 20 years since this game released, but I want to say there's that Star Trek DS9 fan out there that was also a fan of these games that did that crossover arts back in the day. It's impossible to find it, probably, because age of the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are things on the internet that I've looked for that I've never been able to find again.
Yeah, so, I think are you
I hope I am.
just hit the map again. No, you're going back.
Nope, I am going backwards.
Terror of Death. Okay, who the hell stole Baxter Stockman's Mouser's design?
Look.
I get it.
Put your hand down. I only vaguely know of that because I saw some episodes of the 2000s TMNT series, but not a lot of it. Because I'm not a TMNT fan, but you know, when something is on the air, you sometimes flip through it, so I vaguely know what they're referencing. She's referencing. Emerald BT saw an interesting comment on the SRW review that 30 could have used Neo versus Shin Getter instead of Armageddon. Would have solved the problem of Getter being sidelined, but we might not have gotten Devolution.
Oh, that is a... Okay,
You're not... That idea is not wrong.
Yeah.
It's just Armageddon's the popular one, so they kept doing it.
Right, but honestly, with the way how 30 used Armageddon, I would have rather have done something else, because...
Yeah, because Armageddon got wasted.
Yeah, it wasn't until, like, the DLC with Devolution, when they introduced Devolution, that the Getter team actually was able to do something.
Yeah, it's like, as I kept saying, they need to stop sidelining the new Getter team, because, like, Kay is an interesting and fun character. She was the protagonist of that OVA series for a long bit of it. And I don't know if it's just the Japanese audience not liking her or something, but I would have appreciated her Getter team actually being a bit more interchangeable with Ryoma. Like, have them start out in the Shin Getter, or have them co-pilot the Dragon. You know, make the support pilots interchangeable for that, since there are 3 Getter machine modes for most of those. You know, do what they do with the UC Gundam mechs and make it so you can change pilots around to anything you want.
I liked her myself, and I didn't like,
You just got squished by a statue.
I did, yes. Who was the guy that had no personality? Go?
Yeah, Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was more of a story device. And by the way, that's what I mean when I refer to a story device. They are there to serve as progression of the plot, not necessarily to allow them to be a character themselves.
Yeah.
Because Go was a story device there supporting a story.
Things.
Nice.
I love
Oh my god, John, you murdered that person! John's murdering people. Hey, that's my job, you jerk.
Doesn't Simone, is Neo versus Shinlo one where the boys go super hitter to beat the final boss? Yeah.
And that's the one where, like, you get to see that classical Getter fusing with organic matter.
Weirdness.
Yeah. And honestly, John, what was his name? I forget the guy's name, but, in the original Getter Robo G, or was it, yeah, I think it was G.
Musashi?
Not Musashi, in the new Getter team. Who was the guy?
Benkei?
No, I'm talking about with K's team.
Oh, Guy.
Guy? Yeah, that poor guy gets the worst of it. You know what happens to him?
What?
He gets, hit with some Getter radiation and starts fusing with some material. Like, basically he dies via Cronenberg.
Oh, God. That is not a fun way to go. Getting Cronenberg is the worst.
I mean, that's technically not Cronenberg, like, that's more biological mutation versus fusion with mechanical elements is more H.R. Geiger.
Yeah, but the point is, like, it's pretty horrific.
Granted, someone else will say that H.R. Geiger's thing is, like, alien tentacle stuff because of how the xenomorphs are designed, and they're not wrong, but, you know, the xenomorphs even then have a sort of cybernetic feel to their organic design.
And, I want to answer this one from DJ Toku. If Super Robot Wars allow you to pair characters off dating sim style, are there any crossover couples you would think would work?
Okay, that's in the realm of, like, crossover fanon characters, and it's like, years and years and years ago, I read a Gundam Wing fanfic where Hiro Yui got sent into the Gundam Seed universe post-Endless Wolves. And that writer paired Hiro with Maru. And I liked that fanfic. Even though, you know, I normally ship Maru with, Mulaflaga.
But yeah.
Because, you know, the show is going that way. And it's like, in fanfiction, you can do any pairing you want as long as you justify it. So I'm fine with that. They justified it in narrative for me as like they start off as like a supported thing that grew into romance, and that's honestly a way I feel like stories should handle romance. If you're going to make it a long plot arc over the story, you have to show it developing. Case in point, Amari and Aruma in Welcome to Demon School Aruma-kun. That is a developmental relationship.
If I may, I don't think of a crossover couple, but one thing I would love to see is what would happen if you like let Anj and Callan do a team up attack.
Yeah.
I would love, like, hear me out. I think if I wanted to introduce a new mechanic into a Robot Wars game, it would be like cross-series team up attacks.
Yeah.
That was a thing they did for a little bit.
That was a thing they did for it. Technically, we got that in V with Zambot 3 and Daitarn 3.
Right, but what I'm talking about is like maybe like a bond system. Like the more times you deploy these units on the field, their camaraderie grows, and then eventually they get to do something sick. Like, can you imagine if like Anj hit somebody with a freeze bullet on one end, and then Callan came in with a kill with the Radiant Wave Surger?
Yeah, it's like you do thematically appropriate team ups, but like that requires the effort.
Yeah.
DJ Toku has read that fanfic that I just referenced. But yeah, that was kind of my point with crossover fanfiction, in like, you can do any pairing you want as long as you find a means to justify it, because it's like, that's the entire dating sim experience.
What does that sound?
I don't know.
That's in Simone. I really ought to iron out the details of that Yu-Gi-Oh! / Gundam Wing crossover story I want to write. Maybe after I finish the current arc of the Ava fic they're working on. Well, good luck with that. Like, I have a few fanfic ideas I want to develop into actual stories. It's just a matter of time. My nemesis.
I've been working on propositions for...
Like, John actually submitted a Warhammer story to their publicists, and unfortunately they didn't accept it, but hey, he made the strong effort.
Yeah, I did, and I'm making more propositions for the future, just in case. And heck, maybe I might send one or two. Who knows?
DJ Toku, so SRW is made by the Fire Emblem folks then, Lexi?
I mean, well, maybe not necessarily by like those guys, but I mean, I would not like take inspiration from like what other games are doing, because I think well, with the VXT and 30 games, a lot of people got to experience the joy of like the crossover, the base crossover elements of something like this. But I think it would, if you took that next step in letting characters like really interact with each other in that kind of way, you know.
Plus, in the SRW V and X reviews, I've made jokes about X character joining Anja's harem. Like, Fel Grace from Gundam 00, because she's voiced by Ai Takagaki, and we like Bayonet Charge.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just have this idea in my head that, like, if, like, Anj, Callan, Hibiki Tachibana, and Alan B. Beardsley would all be, like, the power quartet that would just be a menace on the battlefield.
Punchy girls.
Exactly. Punchy girls that will absolutely annihilate you. Alright, Summer's gonna die. Fun! I think you went the wrong way.
No, I'm... Alright. Let's first go to Slim.
Oh, you found the nanotech thing?
Yep.
I guess that's what it was?
Yep. Now let's go to Slim Cognito. first.
Emerald DC, going on Alexis team attacks, I miss when Esther Dead would do that. I want dynamic special back, damn it. Seeing Get a Robo Mazinger great, and Grendizer beat the stuffing out of a robot.
Yeah, that's right, the dynamic special.
Yeah, that was the three mecha team-ups from, like, the Z sub-series. Those were nice. Those were fun team-up attacks, but then, these days, they just don't do them as much. Or hell, actually finally give Gao Gaigar and King Jader a team-up attack.
Like, imagine King Jader just picking up a motherfucker, tossing him to Gao Gaigar before Gao Gaigar, like, launches a broken magnum at it.
Oh, no. Brave... How should I phrase this? King Jader and Gao Gaigar attack, get some hits on it, then King Jader goes to J Bird mode.
Yeah.
Gao Gaigar is on the tip of it, in the Hell in Heaven pose, and then King Jader does the J Phoenix.
Yes.
Like, you have a light speed Hell in Heaven. Like, you don't have to even call it that, but considering the G and J stones, like, hypercharge each other when paired together, at least according to Gao Gaigar Final.
KX Hunter, question for Des. If by any chance you got to review an SRW that did get fans translated, which would you choose? Like, I know you're out of the reviewer game, but, like, if you, like, hypothetical...
Will soon be, and I'd want to do the C sub-series just to showcase what it was there. Like, I know it has had some fan subs placed over gameplay footage, but that's not the same thing as actually playing through it with fan subs.
I'm gonna see what, like, if I try.
Oh yeah, you're just gonna go over to that place and kill more bad guys.
Yeah, because there are more. Because I just got some upgrades. I want to try them out. Yeah.
And oh, by the way, John's not killing any. Actually, he's not actually killing anybody in this little mission thing. No, I can clearly see their parachutes. They're fine.
You can't use parachutes in space.
They are fine. I see the parachutes. They are fine.
You can't use parachutes in space.
They are fine. Okay? They are fine. Ignore the fact that some of them are lost a limb or two, and some of them don't have a helmet on. Okay? They are fine.
I will always love this bit from Team 4 Star. Oh God! He blew up the cargo robot, and the cargo is people.
Good thing it's Sunday. Those buildings would have been filled tomorrow.
Oh, that would be awesome. Emily's saying, heck, have a combo attack with all the main Brave Robos. Like,
I think that'd be overdoing it, especially because the Joint Dragon Fire in XMT was hard enough to pull off as it was.
But, like, are those space dragons?
Yes.
Space wasps, actually.
Yeah, space wasp. Why can't they be the majestic space duck?
Or hell, even a Thresher Maw.
That.
Is creature.
We gotta kill some varmints. Don't get him, Sean! You gotta kill him!
Eat him!
Get her good! You gotta get her good!
During the cow, Alexis, those aren't parachutes. Those are obviously escape pods. Or they're wearing spacesuits and they could just eject out and use the flight pack to get
exactly.
to it.
They are fine. See, the ship obviously exploded to millions of pieces. They are fine.
I love how because of his absolute hatred for the characters.
Oh, you gotta retry the mission.
Yeah, I love that. Kaiser Neko killed off the filler characters that were introduced in the Cell games that were supposedly Satan's.
And he only missed one set of frames with them. So
it was
those
such
people.
a split.
It's a blink you miss it moment, but he hates. I love that joke. He was hating on himself for that. Like, you removed filler characters from canon, and you didn't even have to use the Dragon Ball Z Kai footage for that.
Did they remove them in Kai?
They were filler characters. Why would they be in Dragon Ball Kai?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they did.
DJ Toku, tell me, do you think Anj would try to pull older women like Maru or Suaragi into her hero?
I mean, Anj wasn't actually trying when she caught killed him.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about Anja's game. Her game level, her swag is so beyond comprehension that women just fall into her orbit naturally. She doesn't have to try. It'll just happen.
Yeah, because she got confessed to twice and she got 2 paramours out of it.
Like,
I'm almost betting that if Momoka had said she had romantic feelings for Anj, it would have been 3 paramours.
I still love the fact that what was her boyfriend's name? Tusk, that he completely got under the villain's skin by saying, "Oh, by the way, we effed."
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, in the finale.
Yeah, that is like,
I got that easy.
Yeah, it's like, that's right. Me and Anj, we...
And all I have to do is treat her as a person.
Yeah, that's right. I did something you'll never be able to do, so suck it.
Oh wait, you can't! And,
oh, come on!
Wait.
Jeff, I decided you won't be able to review Battleworld 6
Oh my
Star
god,
Force.
because I got one just as I finished.
Yeah, I said you won't be able to review Battleworld 6 and Star Force 1 through 3 does. I've always said that if I wasn't going to do the Star Force games, I'd do them as a series of streams. I'm still doing Battle Network 6. It's just that I don't have regular scheduling anymore because I can't really do that anymore. So it'll probably get done next year, but not as a full season.
Yeah, it'll just be it's done when it's done.
Yeah, it's like, maybe I'll get back to doing the anime if I can get, like, a long enough time off from work. Because, like, I have to get my knees fixed. There's no option. So if I, like, have to be out of work because of knee surgery, that's 6 weeks where I'll have, like, nothing to do, so I could feasibly just watch through and write those quickly for production. But it's not going to be on a regular season schedule.
These things are bastards.
That's also why I'm basically going to leave the Patreon open, because we're still going to be doing streams regularly, so there will be a show. So if people want to still, like donate $1 a month or something, like, I'll leave that open as an option. And if I do any other review work in the future, those will still go up early on Patreon. But it's not going to be, I'm not going to kill myself to do a production season.
So please, donate to the Keep Alexis Fed fund on the Patreon. Every dollar you donate will go to Alexis Scott eating John.
Please. Anna, it's either me or my cat.
Oh, the cat's fine. I'm cool with her.
Paradise, I would love for you to go back to your old vlog format. I kind of feel wasted for a lot of those vlogs, because I hated that I kept having to do the critique of, sorry if I'm not the most attentive for details on this, because I'm exhausted from work. It's like, I felt like I could only use that excuse so many times. Especially because I always stumble over my words there more than here, because this is off the top of my head, off the cuff, and even I stumble over my words, but like, when I'm remembering details for the recap, I would definitely be more out of it.
By the way, I have severe brain rot, and every time I think of Tusk Crossing, I think of the stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Tusk. Yes, there's a stand called Tusk, and like.
Is there a band or a song named Tusk?
Actually, yeah, it's a Fleetwood Mac song. Yeah, so I'm just imagining like Anj doing a JoJo pose with like, it's like Anj and her stand Tusk.
These are tricky bastards.
They are called Tricky Richards.
Tricky Richards.
I can't say the other thing because that would be demonetizable. Or the dreaded FCC might hear us.
Oh yeah, I know all about the FCC.
Sarah, but I also said you won't be able to review Oban Star Race just because it's right up your alley, Des. I've seen Oban Star Racers. I didn't think it was bad. I don't remember I ever said I would review that. Like, maybe if someone had Patreon requested me, but I post Patreon requests.
Oh, do you want to do...
No.
You just noped out of that race.
Yep, I noped I noped. I do not like races. I've never really been a fan of racing mechanics in games where they're not the main thing. Like, I like
Make them optional.
I like Jack X because the racing thing is...
The game is the racing element.
Yeah. I always, like... Fun thing, if you want to hear me when I'm really pissed off, go back in time to when I was a kid and I hated the vehicle modes in Jack 2. That was like the racing to places drove me the bleeping crazy.
DJ Tiger suggests, how does the Mighty Strike Freedom stack in regards to the top 10 strongest Gundams, since Freedom and Strike Freedom tend to rate high? I honestly never said... Okay, I think I put Strike Freedom on the list because of how well it utilizes its Dragoons, but Mighty Strike Freedom's Particle Beam Disruptor and Defensive Nano Shield, and obviously the Weapon Disruptor that it also showcased, like, that's high. That's not quite... Double O Gundam can blow up a planet high, but definitely one-on-one with any other mobile suit short of that, I think it'd come out the victor. Because, again, since it's not Psychomu-based, it's not like any of the Psycho Brain Gundams could hack that. Its barrier could obviously stand up to, like, the Wing Gundam and Double X's destructive firepower. I'm not saying that it can't stand up to the Double O Quantaus, because that'd just be ridiculous at that point.
So, let's focus on getting some of your weapons upgraded to their second tiers.
Yeah, so I'll just remove the nuke.
Yeah.
And, let me get the turret on here.
But yeah, I think the Mighty Strike Freedom might be a top 5 contender, or if not top 5, definitely that 6th slot.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, it's definitely its existence makes its place on a top 10 list hold firm, you know what I mean?
Plus, because it has a physical store now, it can definitely beat the Barbados.
Yeah, it can, like, absolutely make...
Because the entire thing about the Disruptor is, like, it's super strength filament, so it's like, you know, molecular cutting. It's like that, that one sword from that one character, I'm forgetting, like, that was shaped so thin the blade was the thickness of an atom.
You mean, Mogul?
No, Mogul, not the Jabura Strait. Not the Jabura Strait from, Gundam Seed Asteroid. It's a different one. Like, that assassin from Batman Beyond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Love the mini turret gun. I remember this thing well. Love it, love it.
But you know what I really miss most?
What?
Mr. Zircon.
I know, but he won't be around
for several games yet.
I know, but it's Mr. Zircon. He's always there for us. Mr. Zircon will kill for you.
Also, I like how the further you go in the game, the more armor these guys get. Like, they're getting upgraded.
Right, they feel like they're becoming more tangible threats as your firepower is increasing.
Yeah, it's the same enemies you're fighting, but they're getting more stuff to do with them. Obviously, because we're becoming more and more of a threat. And obviously, that's an easy reskin for the developers.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you have to deal with the Yetis.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yetis?
Oh,
Yetis.
Oh, don't worry, John.
My Zoidberg voice.
John doesn't know.
I think I remember the Yetis.
Do you remember the Yetis?
I believe I do. Now, where do I put it over here?
Scarecrow's latest, there's a Super Warlords or SD Gundam G Generations game where all the other Gundam attacks, Pollock, Kira, Yamato's fighting style. Yeah, that was what I think the first game that Seed was featured in, and they were saying that to a post-character development Kira, where he didn't really know what he was doing yet, so it was wrong to like be an asshole towards him. And if I remember correctly, if it's the right one that I'm thinking of, like, that one was not exactly a good game to begin with.
Where do we put this thing?
That's what she said.
And there's 2 pads.
Am I just missing something?
Okay, yeah, that was Alpha 3.
Alpha 3.
Yeah, and Alpha 3 was the bad one of the Alpha games. And they included Seed there because the director wanted to finally include it, and it was a poor fit.
What is it?
Yeah, I think it's on those 2 circular pads.
I'm trying to put it there, though. It keeps sliding around.
Almost as if there was ice covering everything.
Okay.
So it's like, do you put it on the other one and then use the jump over onto that?
No, you can already jump over there just fine.
No, not there. The other side. Where the fence is.
This one?
No, it's like there are 2 pads. One of them is next to a fence.
Oh. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Do I jump over it using that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try.
Yeah, see the fence right there. Is that where you use it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's nothing there, so... What's
Okay,
the point?
hang on. Actually, move it over to that other pad.
Cracked up.
See what it means?
Yeah, it's sliding around, so like, you get on the other side of it, and then like move it that way instead of trying to move it to where you are. Move it to in front of you. Yeah, get over to where the door is, and then tractor beam it, and then try and move it over there. Yeah, see? Yeah, I think the problem is you're trying to pull it towards you. Okay, so can you get on to, like, that ridge right there? Using that as the springboard?
Over here? Or you mean the one with the tree next to it?
Okay, get on top of it. Okay, look to your left. Keep going.
Oh, up there.
Oh, I see.
Well, maybe up there.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I was talking about the rock outcropping.
Where's the rock outcropping?
Keep turning. Keep turning. There. That rock outcropping.
I don't
think that worked. No.
Yeah. That's what I was asking. But yeah, that's another way to look at it and see if we can't go over there.
Let's try.
And yeah, John, the reason it keeps sliding is to keep trying to pull it around Ratchet.
No.
Yeah, not enough light.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. We've been having a pretty chatty, life.
We've been chatty tonight, yes.
I'm now diagnosing dubbing John the Chatty Catty.
Black Century King, better difficulty level than Final Fantasy VIII. Seriously, who made a game where beginning area 1 level enemies scale alongside in real time? Oh, yeah, and then you have to like keep drawing magic from them until you're at 99 on all of them, and then you can't really use magic because you're using them for stat buffing. At least there's a advanced leveling mechanic now in the like digital versions.
Oh! This is a level.
Yeah, you're technically on a train, but it's a caravan.
Caravan!
A caravan of courage?
Boo.
Crystal heard that the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door remake is really good. Yes, it is. They've been playing it lately.
It's been really fun. First time I've ever really gotten into Paper Mario.
Yeah, the only reason I decided that we shouldn't stream is because we streamed the original not too long ago. And it's thematically not much different. Stylistically not much different. There's a few quality of life improvements that improve fast travel. Vivian's dialogue, it makes it explicit that she is implicitly trans, which unfortunately got scrubbed from the original because of the stupid mid-2000s, early 2000s nonsense.
Terror of Death. Also, legit question for the Cosmic Era. Why doesn't the Jump Guild essentially run the Mobile Suit Production game like Anaheim Electronic does in UC?
Mainly because they earn most of their money through salvage. Like, because there's a lot of space junk out there. Like, there's an entire debris belt where everything got abandoned. So, of course, you're gonna have to want to find a way to do that, and you want people who would actually be able to be capable of doing the job. Like, that's a sane bit of world building that I think should be applauded, especially because they made most of those characters actually deal with healing in the Austrian manga.
I can just imagine Rex Xenoblade coming into the Jump Guild and being like, "You guys do salvaging?
Do you run by the code?
You run by the code? Oh." DJ Toku, imagine if Tusk beat stupid hair the same way Atherin caught his opponent off guard and seed freedom.
That would have been funny, but who would be piloting Tusk's mech remotely? Because that's actually how Atherin won.
Yeah, but it's still funny that he did that.
It's like, yeah, I won because I was fucking with you. By thinking of fucking my girlfriend.
and Kira,
fiance, same difference.
Yes, and Kira's just like, after, what were you thinking about right then and there?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Nothing. Oh, return to ship.
Earn a trophy called Bolt Scavenger 2. Yay. HA Fies, swinging and avoiding attacks from someone on the collider. Why does that seem familiar?
Aim for the heart! You gotta go for the heart!
You've lost, Megacorp. Take your imperialistic eco-fascism to another dimension.
Oh god, that line is aged with dodge of the later Ratchet and Clank games.
Yeah.
Come on, Clank.
Again, Insomniac, we're very, very sorry. I swear, what happens if in the next Ratchet and Clank game they finally address the Angela issue?
Who's Angela?
Yeah, I cheesed that.
Yeah, you did.
Here, Crystal, why do you guys think the fourth Madoka match in the movie got delayed?
Stop him.
I don't know.
It's because I ate Urobuchi.
Ratchet?
I
Is that you?
We've accomplished our mission, sir. The experiment is safe and in our possession.
Why, that's cutaneous! Absolutely munificent! You two are a galuptious team!
We were
We've
glad
had this
to assist, sir.
twist
We just
spoiled
need
for us.
coordinates to our next rendezvous point.
Of course. I'm on my way to give a tour of Megacorp's historical mining site. Here's a little pack talk on the fragility.
Megacorp Manufacturing and Mining, a tireless drum major leading the galaxy on its march of progress. Come tour our desert mining facility and see why our most precious product is our history. When we first arrived, we found a planet completely overrun by rainforest. To better accommodate the local wildlife, we transformed this impassable jungle into an easily navigable desert. Ever the technological pioneer, Megacorp
Darkness.
management team.
Slave labor!
eliminating costly upward mobility. And all the while, making your life richer.
Yeah, this is definitely
And mining.
overt capitalism
God bless
attacks.
the relations today.
It's like I can't even fault it for it. It's just this gets
operational, sir.
a bit weirder when you remember how much these games were built on crunch.
I've offloaded the condiments to your naval computer.
We'll see you there.
Fair enough. Speaking of Athrun and Kigali, I do hope they get married. They have the wedding rings.
Yeah, so I think it's implied that that's what they are going to do right after all that fighting and stuff. And honestly, hell yeah, Athrun Zala.
And they spent another 2 years fixing the relationship, so...
Yeah, like, Athrun Zala, the coolest motherfucker in the universe.
Oh, we spend money upgrading that.
Everything's fine. There was just a bit of debris on the landing pad.
That was our ship.
Don't worry about it, little fella. It's insured.
Which one?
So, do you have the, delivery? Ridiculous. Come, gentlemen. There is precious little time. Just sit back and relax, boys. How about a little flying music?
The free falling.
What a plot twist!
On purpose.
Emerald DC, speaking of Macross, have any of the recent entries been good? I am of the mind that
See if we can find a way
all
out
the
of here.
Macross entries, as far as like main series go, are all good. They just do different things.
It's just a matter of what you want out of them.
Right. Like for a while, people were saying Delta was the weakest one, but then I heard that they did Zettai Live, which is like their sequel. Like a sequel movie that's like an alternate continuity, and Zettai Live apparently like made people cry in the theaters. Like we're talking like full on, oh god, my heart! Please stop stabbing my heart.
Granted, I still hate the principal compilation movies because it's a do-over for things they shouldn't have screwed up the first time.
Well, in fairness, I heard the first one is more of a compilation movie. The second one is where they do something completely original.
Rephrase, compilation movie timelines in general.
Yeah, but I feel like Macross is one of those few, like it's one of the only franchises where they can get away with that because the continuity is like, there are points that are fixed, but it's more of an up in the air kind of thing.
It's like, if they could format the movie so that they could be a sequel to the original series as well, I don't think that, when it gets to the original stuff, I don't think I'd have as much of a complaint.
It's sort of like...
But if you want me to watch the series, and you want me to watch a compilation movie of the series, just to get to a movie extension that fixes what complaints one would have with the series, but then it's not in continuity, there's just a point where I just sit down and go, ah!
But, like, that's not what happened with Delta.
So you can watch the series and just watch the second Delta movie?
Or, from my understanding, like, you would want to watch the compilation movie just to get, like... I haven't seen it myself, so I can't. So don't quote me on this. But the sequel movie, like, is essentially our Idol Girl characters versus evil Idol Girl characters. You know, they're doing that sort of thing. And like,
yeah, that's kind of my point. I shouldn't need to watch the compilation movie just to get to this next sequel bit, especially because the compilation movie might be formatted as something I don't like.
In fairness, though, Zettai Live came out many years after the original compilation movie got released, so I'm fairly certain it's that you can watch the compilation movie to, like, get an idea of what's going on, but it's roughly standalone.
Yeah. But again, back to my point of, I don't like any compilation movies. I think they just cut out things that are important to telling the story in the first place. And the less you keep of that original story, the worse it gets.
Oh, and Do You Remember Love is like one of my second favorite movies of all time.
So when Othrin and Kigali get married, whose side will Kira be on, his best friend or his twin? I mean, he's technically known Othrin longer, so...
Maybe
but then again,
he could officiate, therefore he'd be in the middle.
No. Maru is officiating because she's
captain.
She's a captain. She has that power.
It would be wrong for Mu to be the best man for Othrin because they didn't interact at all, I think.
So, like, here's a better question. Who is Kigali's maid of honor, and who is Atherin's best man?
And that's kind of what they were asking.
Yeah, it's like...
Because I think it should be Kira as the best man.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't that for Kira... if Kira wasn't that, then who else would be it for Othrin? Because they're like...
would it be funny if it was Diarca and Isaac? Diarca.
It'd give Diarca a chance to reunite with Moralia.
Yeah.
Actually, Mayrin might be one of the maids of honor.
Yeah.
Considering she's currently Orba-line.
All I know is the bachelor party is gonna be legendary.
Kira and Othrin wake up and suddenly they're on a different island of Orb. What did we do last night?
They wake up on a different island in Orb and then they come across Anj and Tusk. Wait, what are you guys doing?
I love this.
Hold on. This one says, use rock to break glass to get wrench to break glass to get rock. Ooh, I love logic puzzles. Let's see. If you break the glass with the...
Solved it.
New wrench!
Your wrench now does more damage.
If you use the old wrench to break the glass around the rock, and use the rock to break the glass around the wrench.
Is that a lava gun?
Yes.
And the bouncer?
The bouncer.
Yes, which we only didn't have in the remake until recently. Like, why did it take so many years for the 2016 game to get that as a DLC option?
Well, you see, the bouncer was a game developed by Square Enix, and it was supposed to be like a fully original thing, but
it was.
But listen, the bouncer's in that category of they were trying something different, but overambition got to them.
What was it about?
I forget.
That says a lot.
It's Square Enix.
Then there's, they tried something new with their latest thing. It was the one with,
Dear Crystal, stupid question, but if two real robots were able to combine, then would it be considered a super robot? You're technically talking about the Double Zeta Gundam, because it has that kind of combination system. And there are a few others where you have that top and bottom core system, where, it's two pilots and two fighter forms. So technically that has happened, but yeah, that's generally a real robot functioning off of super robot logic. And we've had a few different ones of that.
It's a bug hunt. Kill them all, John. Kill them all. You're like a regular Ash Williams. Nice weapon switching.
He did a little jumping.
Jump. Jump.
Jump around.
The old moves. You never lose them.
Except when you enter in the next game. And the next game.
The next game.
And
the next game.
And the next game.
And the next game. And the X Games.
Oh, this one.
Hand over the experiment now.
I can't do that.
You have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
How did she even trip?
Whoa, he's a she.
This changes nothing. Where's the experiment?
We have returned it to Mr. Fizzwidget.
Oh, you've just put the whole galaxy in imminent danger.
But
I don't have time to stand around explaining it to you.
Yes, you do.
If you have any intention of fixing the mess you've made, watch this.
There's something really funny about, like, people...
She literally could have waited.
She could have told him, yeah.
Oh, no. Good thing that wasn't little Susie. Here at the Megacorp testing facility, we make sure the products you buy are safe for
Again, you can kind of tell in retrospect that there was no formal writer for this franchise yet.
Safe.
Yeah.
The Tiny Tot Slingshot, the Nuclear Mousetrap, Self-Wedgifying Underwear, and the Lawn Ninja. So the next time your toaster doesn't explode in your face, say a little thank you to the Megacorp testing facility.
Lawn Ninjas.
Wow, she's got a few bolts loose. What does a testing facility have to do with galactic danger?
I am unsure.
Seriously, she could have told them.
Yeah, you really could have.
Well, you see, they designed the level first, and this is just the lead into it.
Okay, DJ Toku wins for this. What we don't see is Burt Gummer fighting graboids a few caves down.
He doesn't fight graboids in caves. Graboids can't tunnel through stone.
Hello, sir.
Hey, that's my ship.
Emerald BC, would Blue Gender work for SRW game? It's been a while since I've seen it. My memory is foggy. I don't think I've ever seen Blue Gender.
Mine.
This vessel suffers from wounded Cha. Only the power of the crystals can hope to heal it.
Crystals, sir?
Crystals? Like those found in the desert? Beyond. Oh.
Get a job, you hippie.
Alright, John, you haven't come to please our Tatarack.
Let's go grab a few crystals.
Yep.
Also, I'm sick of magic crystals and Power Rangers. Like, they worked twice. For Zeo and for Dino Thunder. And then the Neo Simon and Onwards eras just kept using them.
Continue your spree.
Black Century Game. The fact that Ratchet never realized she was a Lombax is still astounding. It's like, I think that's why the Insomniac development team apologizes, but is otherwise safe from overt criticism on that. Says, like, if Angela's not a Lombax, then it solves the plot hole. She just is of a similar looking species.
A Baxlom.
Or something. It would explain also why she's so tall.
Bomlax.
Yeah, because Lombaxes are usually, like, short.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's obviously taller than even, what's the guy, Azimuth? From
Azimuth, yeah.
Time? Yeah. So it's like, if she's another species that just happens to look similar to Ratchet, then, again, problem solved. And if they would actually bring her back for something, they could address that.
I'm sure glad that, Ratchet's not a Lorax.
Well, I don't think you can speak for the trees, or you have a very tough time, advocating for them when, you know, he lives on more deserty worlds.
I speak for the trees, and the sparks must flow. The bees!
Okay, now this is reminding me of an area of World of Warcraft. Like the original game, there was this like desert place with a large insect infestation. I'm forgetting its name. You're almost out of ammo.
They call me the Seeker. Is that a beholder?
Sort of.
Keep your distance.
Ow. Also, speaking of the Law Ninjas, I'm pretty sure they actually are featured as an enemy in the future. I think. Not entirely sure.
It sounds like a Goosebumps novel.
It does.
Actually, there was.
It was.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It was.
Evil lawn gnomes?
Yeah, Attack of the Killer Lawn Gnomes or something.
Of course.
I mean, it's R.L. Stein. He could get weird. Okay, he could get macabre.
One of the more messed up ones was My Hairy Adventure. That's the one where the kid turns into a dog at the end.
Wow, really?
I still remember.
Yeah, really. Like he basically a kid puts on like an experimental lotion from or shampoo that his parents had, or like he didn't realize it was an experiment, and it's slow. It is making him really hairy, and then it ends with him being a dog. Like he is just stuck as a dog forever now.
Damn.
Yeah, right. Messed up.
I remember the one with. This was the TV show version, obviously. The one where kid gave some type of blue feed thing to a bunch of ants that made them giant, and then the entire thing ends with humanity being put into terrariums by literal kaiju ants, or the humans were shrunk down into and put into a neighborhood terrarium or something.
Yeah, that's
along those lines. It was open-ended on what that was.
That's dark.
Yeah.
I remember one where this girl and her brother offended a witch, and she turned them into chickens. It's like throughout the whole thing, it's like freaked out.
With a single voice.
Did Toku read Animorphs as a kid? So did I. Those were fun. And then they got really dark near the end.
Very dark.
And apparently a lot of them were ghost written, which made sense for some of the inconsistencies from book to book, even though there was actually pretty strong continuity through most of the series.
Did you hear that the hippie has cash?
It was more in character inconsistencies between books
Alright, John, you know what you must do?
Straight continuity violations.
You have to go to the desert.
No, I'm going to explore.
What if the real bolts were the French for me along the way?
What time is it?
It is 8:38. We've been at it for an hour 40.
Huh. I've had fun this stream. What about you guys?
Ew.
Yeah, it's all fun and games. Too bad we had to eat. Too bad we had to keep eating people.
You should eat Harry.
The last time I'm not gonna eat Harry.
I keep having this this version of the classic red versus blue code stuck in my head. I heard Cal is like the toughest pilot here. I once heard that she beat somebody to death with their own skull. That doesn't seem physically possible.
Well, they weren't using it.
Well, that's what Suzaka kept screaming. This doesn't seem physically possible!
Thought there'd be something under there.
You thought there was be something under the sea?
Yes.
Don't. Don't.
What?
Don't.
What?
Don't.
Listen, I just wanted to have some fitting fun.
I hate you.
You don't have any pillows to throw at me! What are you gonna do? I have the high ground, Des.
Not the moral one, though.
I'm gonna get executed later.
Yes.
The stream's gonna end and all you're gonna hear is a bang. It'd be a fun game to play on stream.
What?
Metal Gear Solid Revengeance.
That would be fun. Like, it's a stupid large nuggets.
Way to go, Sean.
At the risk of sounding sacrilegious, I'm not the biggest fan of the Metal Gear Solid games.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. My favorite one is 2. I think 3 is actually overrated. Yeah, I said it.
John, the Kojima fans are gonna kill you.
What the?
It's like the gameplay style of those games just really isn't my thing, and and their criticisms of political and military matters I don't disagree with. It's just like it doesn't jive with me.
Emerald DC, for a second there I thought Alexis was going to sing Under the Sea. Well, since you said it...
No.
Aww.
None of that. Shame on you.
But, it's not... Listen! That is so rude. I can't break out into song and dance.
We don't have the space in the house.
We can't do a fully choreographed
It makes me
musical
upset.
number.
It makes me want to break out into song.
No.
Stop that!
Stop that.
Not doing this on live, man. God, I love that bit.
Oh, Terror of Death. So we all agree that Tex and Carolina teaming up to defeat the meta for the final season. Oh.
We haven't watched Red vs. Blue series finale. On our list.
Wait,
thank you for spoiling that.
Wait, what?
Oh, I thought
That was a joke?
Oh, I thought that I haven't seen all of Red vs. Blue in a while, so I apologize.
I thought the meta was dead.
Yeah, you read that before I could actually redact the post, Alexis.
Oh.
And actually, I can't redact the post because the stupid heart smile, stupid fucking... Ugh.
To be fair, we haven't watched anything since 0.
Yeah, and it's like, I saved the version of the final season that got on YouTube by somebody posting it, but I haven't gotten a chance for us to toss it over to these guys for us to watch it yet.
If I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of... The interest in it for me is kind of meh.
Yeah, I get that. That's why I've not actually encouraged it yet.
Is that a glider?
Oh, the glider. So there's a thing where you get nanotech by piloting this glider in a certain way in these stages.
Ow.
Like, I don't think it's on this one specifically, but it's like, you have to do a certain maneuver to get just a little bit of a nanotech upgrade. Golden Girl, by the way, have you guys heard of Joe Cat? No.
Nope.
I mean, I have, but I don't want to get into it.
What is it?
Okay. I'm going to describe this Jokat person. They have done literally nothing wrong ever. The only thing they are famous for is that they made an animated music video where they talk about how much they love women. Like, not in a degrading way, but we're talking in a... They just like the girls.
They're a simp.
Yeah, they're a simp. They love the ladies, and but they're wholesome about it. They're not, like, degrading or anything. Apparently a bunch of people, and by a bunch of people I mean smegheads, took that and are harassing him simply because he said he likes ladies.
Of course.
It's one of those stupid internet non-arguments.
Especially because after there are so many songs out there of men wanting to explicitly, but you know, you said through euphemisms, fuck women.
But like with this joke cat person, no, they are just what they say on the tin. It's oh my god.
There's like Jack Black has even written a song that's explicit about it, and it's still humorous. And I don't think anyone ever had problems with that song.
Nope. In fact, that song's about making love in the gentle way.
It's like, who's attacking him? Those kind of idiots that want to oppress all women?
Pretty much. Like we're talking like real, like, the people who are complaining about it are the kind that are just giving up all the red flags.
So like, people who, the guys who, the only way they could literally get a woman is if they kidnap her.
Right,
or got a real doll.
Basically, like, real sons of bitches.
The stupid hair sword.
And what's even funnier is that, like, more recently, a lot of women have come forward to say, this joke cat person, no, actually, he's legitimate. He helped me out. Like, it's like the reverse of what you would normally hear. Like, usually when women come forward in a story, it's a, oh god, how bad is it? It's, this time, no, the guy's legit. Like, he's... And that is now information that will occupy your brain space for a few minutes. What kind of, like, planet is this where these things can exist? Oh, you missed that crystal.
Oh, I know. I was just going for the bolts.
Yeah. It's the dark crystal.
Well, aside from that tragedy against General Nisus, he also did some very good guides on world mechanics for Final Fantasy XIV. Fair. Are you just looking for crystals for upgrade stuff?
Well, no, they're not just upgrade stuff, but like you get like 1,000 bolts for every one of these that you turn in.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so like if you by farming these, John can get a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed that because I was answering questions.
Yeah, and plus with by doing this, he's also upgrading weapons by killing enemies and stuff. So
it's a win-win.
Yep.
It's a perfectly mathematical plan.
By the way, we'll do what the real winner was: friendship.
Yeah, maybe you should have spent all that ammo breaking open the containers with the crystals. Question is, Final Fantasy XIV the only thing gaming-wise keeping Square Enix alive at this point? I kind of think they are, but that's because, like, 14's entire division is just being allowed to do their own thing because they make money. Granted, Square Enix also sets up too high of expectations, so even when something succeeds, it underperforms. And that's... so, it's their own hype machine for their investors working against them. Because somehow the Part 2 of the Final Fantasy VII Remake underperformed. And that has to be a case of you turn what should have been one game into a trilogy.
Seriously. I mean, if there was ever a time for their incredibly stupid overdone with the memory thing, Final Fantasy VII Remake would be it.
Seriously, they could just cut their game, the budget of their game so much by not overdoing it on the graphical render. Like, create an art style to do stuff in. You don't have to do hyper-realism. The art style, if it's just hits the right niche, will work.
Almost there.
Eager gun.
Almost there, stay on target. Almost there, stay on target.
My nanotech immersion just I love that it screen nukes them.
Yeah.
An old-fashioned screen nuke.
On the first part of the journey.
But yeah, just so many companies right now are barely alive because of stupid decisions being compounded by the need to appease investors. Like, they want all the money now instead of keeping a company running to keep the company running and money flowing through it because of it. Arrow DC, Rebirth problem wasn't explaining the game in 3 parts, it was explained by Maximilian Dodd, the game being only PS5 per its sales. Console exclusivity is not something that's going to go away. It gets ported eventually, and admittedly Square Enix is terrible about porting, but they've been getting better. So, time-lapse exclusivity is not an issue. It's happened before with games. Now, maybe if they made it accessible on the PS4, that would have been okay, because a lot of people have still not upgraded to PS4.
Or PS5.
Or upgraded to PS5 from PS4. But that's more has to do with, like, there's still a lot of good PS5 games. So, making something PS5 exclusive to drive sales, that's not a bad idea. It's just PS5 adoption rates are lower because of how long it's been inaccessible. I think, like, hell, it was only, like, last year where they could become consistently available.
Almost done.
But yeah, that also flies in the sense of logic, because usually Final Fantasy titles drive sales of game console. But then again, by contrast, there have been a lot of Final Fantasy, bad Final Fantasy games since then. Since that was true.
Shotgun?
Shotgun.
Shotgun slap. Because Final Fantasy VII drove console sales for PS1. Final Fantasy X drove console sales for PS2.
Why don't you make your way back so you don't, like, lose your progress?
Yeah.
Going multi-console for Final Fantasy XIII actually was to that game's overall detriment. And then you have, like... I don't think they even counted for PS4, so... anything for PS4, so... them trying it again, there's still a logic there.
Well, I'm dead. At least
at least you can keep your... Oh,
yeah,
you can just turn them in.
Yeah, I keep my progress, at least.
There are 54 crystals remaining in the desert.
But,
probably up next planet.
Yeah.
We can come back to this.
Yeah, exactly. But
I think we can do just one more planet before we call it a night.
Yeah.
But also with Rebirth not doing so well, let's think of it like this. You made...
It's the middle game in a trilogy. Its sales will probably pick up when they bundle the entire trilogy together.
Right. But also, the first entry was like already ridiculously long, and then now here's the sequel. It's gonna be harder for people to jump on.
See if you can find anything worth watching.
On the middle of the pack than.
Welcome back.
Plus, you have all the developmental issues of the second game, which were compounding the problems of the first, where a bunch of the sub-developers dropped off because they kept having to start over because of...
Only 2 days later, Quark was arrested trying to flee to Poketaru. The one-time hero, now full-time Zero, was placed in custody awaiting trial.
And that's where he imagined an entire storyline for himself.
He had escaped, flushing himself to freedom. We will return to Behind the Hero after these messages.
What a nut! I almost miss that guy sometimes. Almost.
Could you lampshade this any harder?
How can you lampshade harder? We're now returned to lampshade hard.
Well, you see, you hang the lampshade on someone's head.
Ooh, what's that?
What does this button do?
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes.
Have you seen my super suit?
Where is my super suit?
Alright, entry facility. Let's go.
LDC, yeah, it wasn't until they got DMC5 Combat Guide helped fix the combat system in 6 months during Part 1's development. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Like, CyberConnect was a supporting developer, but because they had to bow out of development of the first one, despite doing a lot of stuff for it, just because they kept having to start over. And it's like, that was delaying their stuff from getting out.
Oh, it's almost there. Up to it. Secret Agent Clank.
No, that's a different game.
You're a different game. Oh my god, you bisected that man.
Hot. Machine. Just keep knocking the armor off. Yeah, I think it's in this section where you can find a nanotech upgrade. By flying through those cross beams. Apparently really difficult. You can probably do it after you shut all these down.
Almost there. Almost done.
Stay at target. Aero DC, to their credit, I'll take this over what they did back in the mid-2000s. Outside of Crisis Core and Advent Children, the rest of the stuff from the Greater Final Fantasy VII expansion was bad. I actually just sold Dirge of Cerberus my copy of Dirge of Cerberus yesterday because I realized, as much as I like Steve Bloom as Vincent, I'm never gonna play this.
Why would you inflict Dirge of Cerberus upon yourself?
What was the gameplay of that like?
Action-y. Okay, look up. Because I think it's around there where that nanotech upgrade is. I into the line of fire. You know there are a lot of fans of Final Fantasy VII Remake because Aerith is not a pure sweet angel, forgetting that's what she was finalized into being by later media. Or just fanon in general, because they did, you know, reading text is different from actually voicing a character.
Which, I'm okay with.
Make her an actual character?
No, I'm more like, I'm glad
Give her depth.
Like, I'm glad the remake gave people a chance to experience like, the character that a lot of people knew Aerith was, but the greater, you know, like, gamers here probably didn't.
Like, do they not, like... As far as I've seen from Aerith stuff, she's like kind of that playful, makes light flirty.
I would say that I would put her in the same category as Haru is. Like,
basically the I'm a healer but
right, the healer but like I am not above like smacking you upside the head with a steel chair. You know what I mean?
I remember when I played Final Fantasy VII that a lot of the crazy things they were doing while Aerith was around was Aerith's idea.
Which, yeah, exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's a sniper rifle. Can you zoom in?
Shoot its gun out of its hand. Can't do that.
Aww!
Stupid frames.
Okay, so look up if you could. Yeah, right up there.
Yes. How do I get up there?
No, you use the glider thing to fly around it.
So, gadgets?
Guess I can't activate it now.
You did it earlier.
Yeah,
but
got it.
There was on a pad.
Yeah, okay, so I guess we need to clear stuff out to find the pad. No, I meant earlier here you could have. So I guess it's somewhere else in here.
Yeah. I mean...
I'm gonna get the gun. I'm just gonna get the bomb. Use the camera.
We have to do this entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Oh, come on! The nanotech is right there! That's it. Return to ship. I'm going home. Back to Veldin. And also get more stuff. Let's go see what's in this area.
Almost there with the turret.
To strafe, you can hold down L2 or R2 while running sideways or backwards.
Yes!
Oh!
And it shoots missiles.
It's a mega turret glove.
Probably was meant to go here anyway.
Like this way first, just level up and gain stuff, and then back to the other way.
Yeah.
Clear it out.
I mean, we're also... I feel like we're in, like, our third act of the game.
Second act. What time is it now?
9:04.
Oh, okay. So maybe a little more.
DJ Toku. Aerith is the wild child, and Tifa is the mature, classy lady.
Tifa also fits the childhood friend, niche more, and Yuffie I would figure would be more the wild child. Because,
Definitely,
you know, she is chaos.
She's like the little sister.
And it's wild child.
Yuffie wakes up and chooses anarchy every single day.
Anarchy.
So by comparison, Aerith seems like the nice girl.
Oh, I see.
What?
They're down there.
If they're down there, and we're up here, and they're over there, then where's the caveman?
You're being nibbled to death by cats.
More. They're dead. Damn, I'm leveled up. Well, I think there's more to go.
I mean, at this point, you could tank 20 hits.
Sniper rifle?
Sniper.
Get out of its firing range.
Do the thing that Dennis can't do.
Hit something with a sniper rifle.
No! You know what? Maybe we should just call it here.
Maybe.
Yeah, we can come back to this later.
Yeah, because I don't want to see... as much as John getting eaten alive by fish is hilarious. Like, really hilarious.
It's getting sad.
We don't want
Fish
to...
are John's mortal enemy now.
Yeah. You see, unfortunately, John was not having...
No! No! No!
He was not having any fun.
Someday, you are going to get a smallish medium amount of punishment.
Oh, oh, you brought smallish medium into this.
Yeah. So, we will see you guys next week. Alexis and I should be getting our Gawain model kits in. We might do a build stream before doing a game stream. We'll see. Later, guys.